It's a team that was resting its stars, but no Ja, no problem. So you can see Draymond Green, Klay
nice
Thompson,
glasses, though.
Ja Morant.
Nice chain.
All not in the game. It was no problem. Check out Dillon Brooks, showing off his handles a little bit.
I mean, it's not even the handles, it's the finish and one, son. That's a block. That's a block.
Is that a block or is that a dance? I'm not even sure what's going on there.
A glance.
And then, glance. And then showing off his range as well, Chiney.
I mean, this is the strength of this Grizzlies. It's next man up, and they love seizing the opportunity of maybe Ja's out, but hey, maybe it's my night.
Well, and this dunk evoked Ja Morant. Is that Ja on the floor?
No.
No, sir. It's DeAnthony Melton. Gets to the lane, throws it down. That looks like an and one to me. Let's take another look.
Ooh,
yeah. There might have been a little bit of contact there.
And Jaren Jackson Jr. said, on your head from the bench. But what? Maybe upper room nominee later on.
We know Ja Morant likes it. Let's take a look on the defensive end, though, for the Grizz.
Ugh.
All the way. But look at Steve Kerr here. He's arguing with the referee. Arguing.
Oh, he's mad.
He's mad. He would get ejected from the game. Here's the Grizzlies afterward.
Luckily, no matter who's in and out of the lineup, we're playing high-level basketball, and that's what our expectation is. It just goes to show that, we're here to build something great.
It all starts with, I think our mentality, being aggressive. So everybody eats. We got a bunch of dudes playing well right now, and, I think it's because the ball is moving. Everybody making they plays.
So last night was nothing new for the Grizzlies. In March alone, they have 5 wins by at least 25 points. That's one shy of the most by any team in a calendar month in NBA history. And for the season, Chiney, they have 13 25-point wins. Only 3 teams have had more in NBA history. But I want to understand a little bit better about how this is actually getting done. So Chiney, I think it might be time for a cheap cheat.
You know what it is? It's been a while, but we're back. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies, they have had that swag all season long. I know you saw the Steven Adams video. The energy is contagious no matter who has suited up for them so far this season. In fact, according to one of my favorite nerds, producer Seth Starr, the Grizz are outscoring opponents by 19 points per game without Mr. Everything, Ja Morant. That is the highest point differential for a team without their all-star in NBA history. So how have they done it? Well, roll me my tape, producer Quay, go, baby, let's get it. All right, they start things defensively. They play great team defense. How are you going to guard the Milwaukee Bucks and their stars? First and foremost, they double-team Chris Middleton. I know a lot of people said he was a little bit slower so far this year. Well, who cares? They respect who they're defending. The help side is there and present. Now, next question, ball movement. How are you going to guard Giannis Antetokounmpo? Double-team Chris Middleton, triple-team Giannis, and his passing has improved, but this time they get a tip. Great team defense right there. And speaking of team defense, I mean, Ja Morant talks about Jaren Jackson Jr. as Defensive Player of the Year because he leads the league in blocks per game. Watch this. He's 6'11", 7'4", 7'5", wingspan, alters his shot even though he was in a whole bunch of muck. They play team defense. Now let's have some fun with some offense here. Great ball movement. How are they going to get the shot? Well, 1, let's count the passes. 1, 2, Steven Adams, your center, nice little bounce pass, extension. And look at that closeout so far. That's beautiful basketball. But this one's really fun when it comes to offense. This entire team has a great IQ. Desmond Bane, great shooter. You force him, to go back door, help defenses there, tagging. Now, the guy you took out of the play, watch how he gets the play back. All that movement, nice little counter action when he wasn't open, pick and roll. Defense has to help, and the guy who was rejected ends up the big money maker. But here's why all of this is important. Timing is absolutely everything. As Malika said, it's March, AKA time to get ready for the playoffs, and they are not playing around. Again, the Grizz, they have 5 25-point wins in March, which is one shy of the most blowout wins in a month in NBA history. You spilled the tea, but this really looks like a team that wants to run it back and not only get past the first round, but make a real deep playoff run.
That's interesting.
I like that.
That's interesting. I mean, they do want to make a deep playoff run, and they have kind of the swag to go along with it, right? And they bark. I mean, they will bark at other teams. And remember,
and they will bite.
It wasn't that long ago, though, that Andre Iguodala, he was on the Grizzlies. And if you blinked, you might have missed it. He never actually suited up for Memphis. But he later said that the Grizzlies, they weren't the right situation for him. So now some of the Grizzlies, they took issue with that. And apparently, Chiney, they didn't forget. So here's Dillon Brooks. Take a listen to what he had to say and the shade that he threw.
Being here in this moment, looking back to that moment, what you think about how this team has developed?
Developed a lot, and we all had the vision and he didn't. which is perfect. You know, send him back to the Warriors and let him, you know, do his thing over there.
Ooh, he had to put the shades on. That was so bright. All right, welcoming in J.J. Redick and Kendrick Perkins. Perk, as the senior Grizzlies correspondent on this show, we got to know whether you liked that shade from Dillon Brooks or not.
Hell yeah, I like it. Look, let me tell you something about the Memphis Grizzlies, okay? This is a team, they don't give a damn who you are. They have zero respect for you when it comes between those lines. It kind of reminds me of those young guys when in my younger days when I used to go to the park and I used to want to get on the court with the old guys and I had to wait my turn and I had to prove myself and then I would go on there and talk noise and then all of a sudden the old heads would start to respect me. The next time I go to the park, I don't have to sit on the sideline or say I got next. And see, when you look at their culture and you look at their identity, they don't care. And this is part of the reason why I got them winning the Western Conference. Yes, they're 18-2 without Ja Morant. And when we talk about them being 18-2 without Ja, no problem. If Ja Morant wasn't on the Memphis Grizzlies and we see this team playing the way that they're playing right now, what would we be saying right now? We all would be saying, man, they're one superstar away from being legit title contenders. But guess what? They actually have that superstar, and he's coming back in about the next 5 days or so to play the end of the season going into the postseason. Look, these young guys are not backing down from anybody. They get an extra boost of energy when they playing in Memphis, and it's be rocking. I'm telling you, you got to rock out with these young guys. They don't give a damn.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.